Okay, I'm here. Sorry about that. Yes, scrolled in Vide. Oh, that's right. That's what I was doing. Okay. I had minorly forgotten what I was doing. Now I come over here, we take a nap. Yeah, I had to end stream early last night because I was starting to get that painful nausea that people sometimes get. That's not what I wanted to say. I was starting to get that painful nausea that um makes it difficult to breathe, is what I wanted to say. And yeah, I just wasn't doing good. I had to go upstairs, lay down, and like force myself to relax, and then I was able to um I was able to get to sleep. And I'm not sure if it's because of something I ate or if it was just that's what that's how my body decided to torment me. Okay, I see what I was doing. What do I have on Spaghettito? Oh, I remember why I had that on him. Okay. Oh, Fanfi just lost to a Zubat. Poor little guy. I'm going to need a lot of wood. I'll make the floors wood. I should probably actually pull up my Twitch chat, shouldn't I? Come here, dashboard. Live for 13 minutes and I have no one in chat. Wonderful. That's okay. Okay. I had forgot what I was doing in this. I was like, I vaguely remember starting a quarry somewhere. That's not what this is. This is a different game. Nyum. I need pickaxe. It's just a thing that I need. So don't mind me having this many pickaxes. bing, 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 bing. I should probably light this darker area up. That'll do for now. Yeah, unfortunately YouTube doesn't like it when people play Minecraft music. You know, while they're playing Minecraft. Just like how it doesn't like people playing Stardew music when they're playing Stardew. Or sim covers of songs when playing The Sims. Just because it's all copyrighted. Oof. I'm getting kind of hungry. But I've noticed that when I'm not feeling good like this, or when I'm not feeling good like I was, uh, like I'm not feeling good like last night, is what I'm wanting to say. My shoulder ends up with like a discomfort kind of pain in it. And so I just kind of can't. I'm just gonna put that back and wall that off. Let's see here. Um, see, I stopped here instead of digging. Can you just dig this way? I think because I was like, I'm gonna work my way that way. So it means I gotta. I kind of don't like how claustrophobic this one line tunnel is, but it's gonna have to work. Anyway, I was hurting really bad, and I was having trouble breathing, and I was also getting really nauseous. So I was like, I need to go lay down. So I went and lay down, and now I'm back, and I don't know if I feel better or not. Ooh. Eh, got it. I remember there was a reason for me doing that. I don't remember what that reason was. Oh, Entei's here. I need to check on my stuff. A few S, nice. It is probably up there somewhere, which is okay, because I'm gonna check on my crops. I think these are ready. Yes. Okay, oh, I know where I got that from, okay. Mm. Yeah, I killed the gas sand. I dropped a gas tier and soul sand. I needed more torches. Okay. Just hollowing out a mountain, it's fine. Did you get the mama? Yeah, did you just get the mama? Did mama just get got? This is a really weird position for both of us because I'm currently sitting up and he is trying to get comfy on my face. And that's not gonna happen. Because like I just said, I'm currently sitting up. Thank you, cat. What do you want? Are you gonna go get her? Oh, another one of these. Okay. This cat. I debated with myself earlier. I was like, do I want to play Minecraft or do I want to play Genshin instead? Because if I don't play Genshin, then I'm not going to get anything done in Genshin. I can get as far ahead as I need to be. Or do I want to play Minecraft, or do I want to not play Minecraft and not get as far as I can in Minecraft? So I pick someone with whatever building product I have going on in game. Not hurt anything if I do that. And boop, and boop. I was just like, you know what? I might just go ahead and play Minecraft. I don't particularly care right now. Just because I can't remember. Yeah, there was nothing good there. Boop and boop. Like right now, I have a bit of a headache. Not nauseous. I'm actually kind of hungry, but well, might be a little bit nauseous. But I haven't had anything to eat today. Yet. I haven't had anything to eat yet today. So let's see here if that's outside. I'm just making it easier on myself. nasty. That. Boop, boop, and boop. I also didn't want to get up today. Because I wasn't feeling well. But it's okay. At least I'm not hacking up a lung or like sneezing my brains out. Like last time I wasn't feeling well. I'm just a little bit tired. Should be okay though. A bit tired, a little bit hungry. And yes, I'm fully aware that I did not 100% go to the other side of mountain that way. I just wanted to get to a point where, like, I'm gonna use that little cave over there as a sort of like a checkpoint sort of area before I start cleaning up this bit. And yes, I am playing this solo player, single player. 'Cause I don't have friends that I can play Minecraft with, so. Like, I have family that I can play Minecraft with, but they'd probably try to speedrun through Pixelmon to the end, and that's not how Pixelmon works. There is no end dragon to fight. It's just it's Pixelmon. Gotta catch them all. It builds all of the devices that you need to be able to do everything with. This is my first time actually attempting to hollow something out as opposed to building something. But I'm not creative enough to build something of my own, so. Well, this actually seems accurate. Oh, Entei's back. Get some of my tea. Which has cooled down since I got it. But that's okay. Man, I'm gonna be so hungry later that I'm gonna be nauseous, and then I'm gonna go to get something to eat, and then I'm gonna just be nauseous. Oh, is somebody's alarm or phone going off? Don't know, but I think it was either my mom or my brother's. I want to say my mom's though, because she doesn't tend to have the sound on if she's already gone and got my brother from his workplace. But still, we. Keep in mind that I'm leaving those ore deposits where they are until I can find iron. Because I need iron to mine them. And all I have is stone. Bam, caveman. I only have stone. Oh, my tummy went to gurgle, and all it did was feel pain. That's fine. I'm probably gonna get something to eat after this. It just hasn't affected me too much. Because one can never have too many torches. Spaghettito, the chosen one. I know sometimes layovers will just release events into the game, but I wonder if they're actually gonna stop for maintenance. Like, close the servers down for, like, some minor maintenance before they put in the new update, because people are complaining about Dia and her kit, and they're gonna be complaining about Baiju and his kit when he comes out. Like, I'm kind of mad that there's a boss that only one singular character needs to level up. There are technically two bosses that are like this. It's the Ice Cube and the Fire Cube, and if I remember right, only Toma needs the Fire Hypostasis. He's a 4-star. And the only character that needs the Cryo Hypostasis is Eula. And the only reason why I say only character is because technically Aloy doesn't count as a member of the Genshin community, or it doesn't count as a Genshin character, because the only reason why they were handing Aloy out to begin with was because they were promoting Aloy, the game that Aloy is in coming out. So there was no reason for Aloy to need boss materials, but like there's no reason for me to accept Aloy as part of the world of Teyvat because she was a promotional character for her own game. So really, Aloy doesn't count. But I think people are gonna pretend that she does, even though she really doesn't. Because she's not native to the world of Teyvat, so therefore it technically doesn't count as a member of Teyvat. I have Aloy on my other account, like on my older account, but that's because I was playing the game when they were. I started playing before they started promoting her game, like before they released her to promote her game. So I should be filling this in with dirt. Hold on. And the only reason why is because I'm pretty sure that's outside right there. So I'm not gonna mess with that. Right, yeah, that's outside. We don't mess with outside. knowing my mom, she's gonna be like, oh, you weren't feeling well yesterday, so you're gonna need to eat soup. I'm gonna end up being forced to eat soup today, and I'm not looking forward to that. And it's not that I'm a bit of a picky eater, it's, um, soup is, like, soup's got a gross texture to me, and I usually end up nauseous after I eat soup. I like to assume that it's because, um, there's too much liquid. The liquid is just upsetting my stomach. But that's just me. That's my assumption as to what's going on there. Okay, I'm gonna clear this up some. Oh yeah, I watched the new Hell of a Boss episode yesterday. The one that she put out days ago. I've been putting off watching it because I was like, I don't really want to watch that right now. But I think it's funny that both Millie and Moxie dated the same person and then they got married to each other. They had no idea about the ex that they shared. It's kind of funny. Okay. I'm assuming Sprigatito is a wordplay funny haha on sprig and the Spanish word for cat. Which, if I remember right, gato is the cat. If I remember right, gato is cat, so. So it might be sprig kitten. I don't know. I don't know Spanish, so I'm guessing wildly on that one. Blind guess, blind hypothesis, but I think I might be right on that one. Because to be fair, it is a kitten. Have you noticed that they've done like 2 cat starters, but I don't think they've ever done a dog starter. If they've got a fox starter, they've got a cat starter, they've got 2 cat starters, they've got a bunch of reptile starters, got a couple birds, they got a snake, like, they got, like, I think they have everything but a dog, and I think it's kind of funny. And they've got a frog. Waiting for them to put the water to make a water starter. That's a cat as well. And have people be like, be doing the same thing that they did with Sprigatito, where they're like, keep it on 4 legs. And instead of keeping it on 4 legs, they take 2 of its legs and turn it into like fishtail. You know, mercat. It's the only way that it would be able to survive in water because cats don't like water. So it's a mercat. Or, you know, catfish. I think that would be funny. That would be hilarious to me. People would be angry, but like, you don't want to be bipedal? Fine, we'll make the water type be a fish. Because it kind of makes sense. And before people say, oh, that's just Vaporeon. Vaporeon has 4 legs and a fin. So not the same. unfortunately. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. That be how I be when I'm so cold that I'm not feeling good. Just laying in bed, curled up under the blanket hiding most of my face. Eh, eh. Oh, it's the outside world. We can see the outside world from here. Okay. My tea's probably cold by now. Because it never fails. Every time I get something warm to drink, it ends up being cold by the time I start drinking it. Sorry if I don't have much to say right now. I don't have much to say. I have nothing to report upon in my life. Like, yeah, I'm still in my apartment. Still not going outside at all. Still don't have much of a life. Still don't have any friends. because I don't go out and party. I don't go out to bars and such. Which, to be fair on that bit, you shouldn't have to go out to a bar to make friends. You should just be capable of making friends. Like, here's the thing about going to public school. You have a chance to actually make friends and keep friends from public school. Like, you're more likely to make and keep friends when you go to public school. Whereas if you go to an online school, you're less likely to make friends and keep friends because it's harder to tell. Because you're not required to 100% participate in conversation with other people in your class outside of the teacher, and so it can get hard to make friends while in an online course. Like, I got friendly with one of my classmates and we had made plans to meet up, but it was one of those things where it's like, you don't know if that person's actually a student or if they're a cop pretending to be a student to do things. And also, we had made plans for Thanksgiving time, and that's family time. My mom was mad that I did that, and I didn't have a way to get in contact with them outside of the classroom. So I was like, oh, dang. Okay. No friends from online school, I guess. So if that particular classmate ever finds my streams and they see me speak about them, like if they find this VOD and they see me speaking about them, I'm sorry I didn't hang out with you that one time like we planned. My mom said no. Heh. And we should be coming across the hallway I made soon. Because there is a method to my madness, that's why I did that. Really, it was just to keep track of where exactly I am. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and work my way that way. Main reason being, if I didn't go all the way this way in the hallway, then this is gonna be a good way to do this. And then if I did go all the way this way, and even a little bit further than this in the hallway, then I can just very easily just clean it up. Clean up the area behind me. Also, I'm pretty bad at computers and stuff, so I don't really know 100% what I'm doing when it comes to modding games. So that's why we haven't seen Skyrim in a little bit. Just because I haven't fixed the mods in a while, or I haven't messed with the mods in a while. But that's because I've been devoting quite a bit of time to playing Genshin. Like I've been getting my dailies because I'm like, oh, Baiju is finally coming out, and I want him. I haven't been doing my dailies on my older account, so I'm not getting primogems there, but that's okay. Also, I had bought snacks for my snack box, so my snack box now has snacks in it, which is good, because it was practically empty. I say practically because it did have a Lay's stacks container in it. But that Lay's stacks container has my D&D dice in it, so I can't say that those are snacks. So yeah. But I get to experience the Pixelmon sounds and the Minecraft music and the Minecraft sounds, and you guys get to suffer with nothing. Because YouTube doesn't like Minecraft music in a Minecraft video. Can't be playing Minecraft and have my uh, on on the internet and have the Minecraft sounds active. No, not good. So because this is live, I mm, I have to mute the game. If I don't mute the game, then I mute the desktop audio for the stream, and I don't feel like going out and finding non-copyright music on YouTube right now, and I don't really feel like messing with the sound options of the game. So just no desktop audio. Only me audio, and that's okay. I have nothing fun to talk about, so it's just gonna be us sitting in silence while we watch me mine stuff out, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not an interesting person. I could try to force myself to be, but that's not really what I want from me. have to go get. I have to go make some new pickaxes. Oh look, we're making progress. See, look at all the progress we're making. Yeah, sure, I'll take a full stack of sticks. We're not making that many pickaxes, don't worry. We're gonna make quite a few pickaxes though. I think the main issue right now is that my ears itch and it's bothering me. Oh, I see what happens. Sprigatito most likely suffocated or drowned itself. Which honestly, same. Gonna down to here. My ears itch. I think is where they were at last night too. So I think they were starting to itch and then I started to not feel so good. But I should be fine. A cave. Another water hole. Keep in mind this is just me trying to keep the digging short for me. see if it where I need to start going. From that direction. So what I'm gonna do is from the spot over here, I'm gonna start digging that way. Wait, no, not this spot. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but this spot. Oh, hey, I found it. Okay. we start excavating. Mm, I almost don't want to log into Genshin after this. I have to, but I'm just really tired. I don't know, it might be one of those things where I'm probably going to end up moving my computer upstairs with me. That I can just, when I need to take a nap, I can just close the lid of my computer, turn my computer off, and just lay down, go to sleep. Before people be like, oh, how do you do that with your computer? My computer is a laptop. Like, I'm literally working with a laptop and a cell phone. And I am aware that it's going to take me a while to get to where I need to be. But as it stands, this is technically a full-time job. I, of course, lessened the amount of hours I was putting in because Service 7 times 6. I was putting in 42 hours. I believe I'm doing my math right on that. Because 6 times 6 is 36. So 36 plus 6 is 42. Yeah, so I was putting in quite a few. I was putting in 42 hours a week into doing this, and I just noticed my health was like deteriorating really quickly. Just like, no, I'm not doing that. Like in under a year, I went from not having any health problems to, or like barely having any health problems to, I can't eat specific foods because my body is like physically going to reject them by making me be in like a severe pain. and nausea. I was like, and it's partially because I don't exercise like I should, but it's also partially because I'm not eating the right foods for the lifestyle that I've chosen to live. Keep in mind, I say chosen because I mean I chose to live this way. Like how some people will be like, some people who are not allergic to gluten or not gluten intolerant will be like, will eat gluten-free food, and they're like, it's not a choice, it's a lifestyle. And it's like, it's the only reason you would need to eat gluten-free stuff, like the only reason that eating gluten-free stuff would not be a choice is if you physically cannot eat it without going to the hospital afterward. Like some lifestyles are choices. You can choose to live a certain way. I had someone pull that on me while I was taking an order in drive-thru at one point. I was like, they were like, they had said on gluten-free bread, and I was like, okay. And they're like, because it's a lifestyle, not a choice. I'm like, the only reason it would not be a choice is if you're allergic to it. And we sometimes have to ask because sometimes we have a limited amount of gluten-free bun. We have to ask sometimes because if it was a gluten allergy, so that the kitchen, so we could put in uh, an allergy alert for the kitchen to let them know, hey, this person's allergic. But we would ask if this was an allergy or not. And the way I would phrase it would be, now we would like to know if this is an allergy. And he's like, and the person responded with, it's not a choice, it's a lifestyle. I, I'm not allergic, but it's not a choice, it's a lifestyle. I'm like, so you choose to eat gluten-free bread, even though you're not allergic to it. Got you. Um, I didn't say that out loud, but I was like, that has nothing to do with why we asked out, because, you know, people with gluten allergies do actually go to a burger place sometimes, and so they have to use gluten-free buns for people with gluten allergies. And because there's people with gluten allergies out there, we have to make sure we change our gloves and not touch anything that has touched gluten when making that order. So, so people should keep in mind that if they go to a fast food restaurant, ask for gluten-free stuff, and they're not allergic, and like whether or not they're allergic, and someone asks if there's an allergy to gluten involved with the decision to order a gluten-free bun, the answer is going to be, you don't have to say anything other than no, not an allergy, just a preference. You don't have to say no, not an allergy. You don't have to specify that's just a preference. You could just say, like, you don't have to say it's like specify it's just a preference or anything. Just say no, no allergy, because it's a yes or no question. I think the way that they preferred we were ask ask them about the gluten-free bun is this an allergy or is this a preference? I think that's how I worded it, or how they wanted me to word it. That it was like, it's not a choice, it's a lifestyle. I'm like, okay, you hipster wannabe. Go back to eating your avocados and drinking your alkaline water with your essential oils. Just, it was a yes or it should have been, is this an allergy? It should have been phrased, now if you don't mind me asking, is this an allergy? And dropped the preference part, but we usually ask, I think we ask if it's a preference instead. But really it should be, is this a gluten allergy? Is this for a gluten allergy? Instead of, is this an allergy or a preference? Because that can offend so many people. But like, it's just one of those things where we gotta specify to the kitchen whether or not it's an allergy, so that they know whether or not they have to change their gloves for the order. I think some people, when they're being trained on headset, don't ask that or aren't told to ask that, so they sometimes just don't put in allergy warnings, and people end up being allergic to gluten. Or they get told that that's for an allergy, which I love those people. People who willingly say, hey, by the way, this is for an allergy. What I don't love is that sometimes those people will wait who specify that certain things not having specific items due to allergy will sometimes say it at the end of the order. It's much, like, it's a much better thing for the kitchen to know the allergies before you actually start ordering. So, say my sister has an allergy to nuts. She can to nuts and like artificial strawberry flavoring. If she were to go through a drive-through that has a specific sundae that has artificial strawberry flavoring, like in or on it, and nuts, and she wanted that sundae, like it has other stuff on it too, not just those things. If she wanted that sundae without those two things, she would have to say, like the proper way to say it would be they greet you, you say, yeah, hi, this order is going to contain allergy, is going to contain, like, the person that's this order is for has an allergy to blank. For my sister, it would be an allergy to nuts. So it would be, but most people would be like, I'm going to tell you my entire order. And just as you're about to tell me how much it costs, oh, by the way, there's an allergy. It's going to be like, oh, by the way, we're allergic to. And it's just like, no, it shouldn't be an afterthought. It should be like if you're going to go out to eat, it should not be an afterthought to explain your food allergies to the restaurant that has decided to serve you, that has decided to accept your patronage. You should tell them that there's an allergy to something food related before you start ordering so that they can give you options and recommendations that don't have them. If you still want this specific thing, they can be like, we can remove this, this, and this off that so that there is no allergen to bring you issues. That's how it should work, is an allergy should not be an afterthought. It should be the first thing you mention. But people be like, oh no. I'm gonna yeah, the allergy should be literally one of the first things you speak about. One of the first things you mention when you pull up to a speaker. Like what my brother does when he goes to Taco Bell, because the Taco Bells in our area are usually out of something. He'll be like, "What can you? Well, like what do you all like? Are you guys out of any? Before we start ordering, are you guys out of anything?" And then he'll try to order around that. And that's big brain. That's common sense stuff right there. It's if you know that a specific restaurant or a specific set of restaurants is usually out of something, or usually out of multiple things at once, ask what they're out of before you start ordering so you can decide whether or not you want to eat there. Like, over COVID, we ran out of the buffalo chicken tenders and we stopped selling them. People kept being like, "We're gonna have your buffalo chicken tenders." Not asking if we're out of it. And apparently it was supposed to be the person at Windows' job to be like, okay, thank you for, or not person at window, but person on headset's job to be like, thank you for choosing Culver's. What can I get made fresh for you today? Before you start ordering, not give anything in edgewise because people who go to Culver's don't like to wait at all for you to give an explanation or to describe something, which is something that I noticed and I hated when working there. Yeah, I flat out hated working at Culver's because the customers, sorry, they're not customers, they're guests. But the customer, you mother truckers, they ruined my farm plot. It's okay, I can work around this. Anyway, but they wouldn't let you get a word in edgewise when it comes to describing different foods and stuff, even though they're like, we've never been here before. What do you have? And it's like, you can't ask us what we have and then not wait for us to tell you what we have. Because then how are we supposed to be like, oh yeah, by the way, this is a thing. Like, I don't understand the logic behind that at all. It's very much one of those things where it's like, so you're gonna ask us a question and then you're not gonna give us a chance to answer the question that you asked because you don't actually want an answer to your question. Is that what I'm getting? And that's one thing that would frustrate me would be I wouldn't have the answer right away. I'd stop to think about how to word the answer or like to think about the answer that I needed to say. And they'd be like, you know, never mind. Almost like a second after they ask the question, when I start thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I don't have the knowledge off the top of my head, but fine. And one thing that I love is that I had been, is that, like, in my second year of working at Culver's, I, um, excuse me, I had, yeah, I had been working there for 2 years. And this person I've never seen before comes in. They're like, did you start working here? I've never seen you here before. I'm like, I've been working here for 2 years. They're like, oh, we haven't seen you. It's like, I've never seen you. So, yeah, do you normally come in during the day? I'm like, no, no, no. I was like, so do you normally come in the morning? They're like, no, no, no. We usually come in at night. And I'm like, I've never seen you. You are lying to me. If you stopped coming here when COVID first started, then I can understand. But you not recognizing me as a as a team member of the fast food restaurant that I work at, but I don't think you were actually a customer before then. And if you were, you weren't a regular. You were someone who would come in only occasionally to get something to eat. Not one of those people that came in every day. Because the management would recognize those people that came in every day to get something to eat, or like every week to get something to eat. And the reason why I know is because one of the managers would give discounts to the regulars. Not military, not like a military or like a veteran discount. Not military, but a discount. But like, which military was, or a senior discount, which military is 10%, seniors like 5%. or something like that. But they wouldn't give small discounts like that to regulars. No, 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 no. They'd give them family discount, which is 25%. And I'm sitting here like, that's, no, that shouldn't be how that works. Like, I don't know how to run a business, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. Like, I understand we have to treat our regulars like their family because they become in every single day, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. Like, so pretty sure that's not how that works that I didn't give discounts to regulars because A, I'm not a manager and I don't have that. Like, I wasn't a manager and therefore I didn't have that. Why is my Discord disabled? I don't have a PlayStation. So, therefore, let me just real quick. Yeah, uh-huh. I don't hang out on my Discord like I should. I don't hang out on my Discord like I should, so it's yelling at me, telling me that things have been going on. Oh, I think what it was is it said uh I bought that my someone that I modded on Discord set up for my Discord is mentioned me. I think it said 25 times. Which, to be fair, hey, Sprigatito leveled up. Anyway, which, to be fair, I don't hang out on Discord very often. Like, it might say that I'm online, but I'm not actually on the app. I'm not actually in Discord at that moment. Mainly because I don't really like hanging out on Discord all too often. Because the only person that I talk to regularly on Discord is my cousin. And that's because we play D&D together. Like, he is the DM for um a like he is DMing for me, my brothers, and one of his brothers for a Tomb of Annihilation uh playthrough. So, oh, that's like the only reason I hang out on Discord is just so that I can be there in the voice chat. Like, he's paying attention to the actual Roll20 chat, but there's a voice chat going. I don't participate in the voice chat. I participate in chat. Like, I participate with roleplay and stuff via the Roll20 chat, but, the only reason I don't oh, Astral Smith is on. The only reason I don't participate in the voice chat is because usually I'm in the same room as one of my other brothers, or one of my brothers, and he's in the voice chat. So that we're not having like an echo competition on whose echo is the loudest, I tend to keep my mic muted and not participate so that he can participate with his mic on. Because I don't have a good place uh, to do anything with a microphone active. IRL. Like legitimately. Because I share a bedroom with my mom, so because of that I don't really get a lot of privacy. And so therefore I can't really do anything with a mic in the bedroom. Like I can't stream I wouldn't be able to stream with my mic on in the bedroom because I have to share a bedroom with my mom. And I'm unable to I it makes me feel comfortable to stream during the day because or at specific times during the day because at one point I was streaming one point I started streaming from like 4 to 5 in the afternoon on my days off when I was like early on when I was working at Culver's. And my mom wanted that time to do chores and stuff. And my brothers thought it was uncomfortable that I was streaming, and my brothers were lightly complaining about it too. And I say lightly because they didn't ever bring it up to me to my face until one day my mother called a family meeting and said that and flat out told me to my face that it felt like I was holding the apartment hostage because because I was streaming. So I was like, you know, fine. I'm just not gonna use my mic. And then my mom got mad at me because I stopped using my mic to stream. And like I moved my streaming time from that point of day that time of day to like an earlier or later time of the day. Like if I remember right, I moved it to a later time. No, I moved it to an earlier time of day. This is when I started streaming. When I started going from 4 to 5 or 3 to 5 to like noon. No, to like starting at noon and working my way and like streaming till like 2. That's when this started. That's when that started. And it was because mom complained that I was streaming whenever she wanted to do something. And according to her, I was glaring at them every single time they made a noise. Which was not the case. I was just glancing up to see what they were doing, but I guess glancing is the same as glaring in my case, so it's it wasn't that it's not that I glare, I just have resting bitch face, so I have a constantly angry face. It's not my fault. I don't I don't glare voluntarily. So literally all I was doing was just glancing up at them to see what they were doing. And if I was already irritated with something that was going on in my game, or like I was venting to my empty chat room like I am now, I would probably have a glare on my face, but it wasn't directed toward them. I wasn't glaring at them, I was just glaring because I was irritated with things that were going on in my life. And it got to the point where I was just like, you know what, either I stream without my mic or I stream during a time of day when none of you are awake. Either y'all aren't awake or y'all aren't here, so that's when I started streaming from noon to 2, I believe. On my days off. And it just eventually got to the point where they were getting, and like every time I would mention a change in schedule, which I was going to change my schedule on Twitter, because my mom follows me on Twitter, she would come up to me in person and be like, "Why are you changing your schedule? You don't have to just because we're uncomfortable with it." And it's like, I kind of do though, because y'all are coming up to my face and bitching at me about it. Now on Twitter, now if someone were to complain to me on Twitter about my times and my language or something like that on Twitter, I'd just be like, yeah, okay, you snowflake, whatever. But you precious delicate little snowflake. Um, I grew up with swearing. Like, I grew up swearing. Everybody in my family, like all of my siblings and I, grew up swearing. Y'all can't make us stop just because it makes you guys a little bit uncomfy. It's ingrained into our vocabulary and it is practically instinctual at this point. Like, I do have a decent filter when I'm in public. I don't swear as often in public, but because I'm in a home setting, I tend to swear quite a bit. Because it's what I'm most comfortable with. And while I do sometimes swear in public, it's usually things like, what the heck? Oh, frick. Oh, shizzy. Because in public, you want to speak about things, you want to say things that your grandmother would approve of. My grandmother would not approve of the substitute swears, but at least I'm not outright saying the actual words. I'm pretty sure she would just look at us with disappointment, but then be perfectly fine with it because she's fully aware that that's just how we are and that's how we were raised. Which is another thing. I was not raised with tablecloths. At least not tablecloths on the table constantly. So the tablecloth that's on the table right now, it's currently pissing me off. Partially because the heat from my computer fan the heat from the ventilation on my computer is currently blowing down onto this cloth tablecloth. So if I'm sitting here and the tablecloth catches fire because of the heat from my computer, while I'm sitting here, that means that I'm gonna be fucking dead because I burned alive at my computer. Before people be like, "Oh, just pour water the on the fire." If it's my computer, which is a very expensive computer, that is on fire, I'm not pouring water on it. I'm not gonna try to smother it either because I could end up breaking the computer even more than it already is. Heck, I don't have insurance on my computer. Or like, I don't have a warranty on my computer. I believe that's the word I'm looking for. Warranty. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I don't have one of those on my computer because I bought it off Amazon. I was like, if I don't have a warranty on it, I'm gonna try and take care of it the best that I can. And I am taking care of it the best to the best of my ability. I don't know how to clean keyboards, and I'm treating it like I treated my other two computers, but it seems to be working quite well. My other two computers were also laptops, and the oldest one still works. The middle one, the one that I had before this one, still works as well. The oldest one I had since 2007, or like, yeah, 2007 because it had uh, uh Windows. It was a Windows Vista. It it had an earlier version of Windows on it, basically, but but the oldest computer, the oldest child, still lives and is probably the computer that I use as a DVD player the most. If I can find a charging cord that would work for it. Because it does not work unless it's charged in, or unless it's on a charger. And there is, if I remember right, one charger that works for it, and it belongs to my mom's old laptop, which I think we still have somewhere. And we can use that one as a DVD player as well. But yeah. So we got my original one, which is currently upstairs on a lap desk. That I don't use for anything because my thigh's too thick for it. And that lap desk was meant for children. Um, I'd have to, I'd have to, um, I'd have to do some exercises to tone my thighs up so that my thighs can be thinner so that they could fit. I'd have to burn off a lot of fat. But, eh. Lap tests don't fit on my lap because my lap too thick and it make me sad. Um, it was meant for, but again, it was meant for children anyway, so I'm not too upset about it. Um, but yeah. And I know that bigger streamers, when they're not feeling well, they stop streaming for like several days until they feel better. But I would not be able to do that because one, I am a tiny streamer. I am baby. I am just starting out. I am not popular enough to have people be actually concerned with my health. I am, like I said, I am baby in the streaming community. So I have to keep going. I have to soldier through my illness because this is just because I can't afford to not soldier through my illness. Thinking of streaming like it's an actual job, I'd go to work sick because literally that's what I got trained to do when I was a younger kid was it's not sick, it's probably just allergies, it's a head cold, it's not something too serious, it's not gonna kill anybody, you know. I got trained as a young child that even if it's something not serious, to go to school. Because my sister had missed quite a few days of school when she was younger, when she was in high school even, because she had been jealous of my older brother being asthmatic and constantly being sick and not being able to go to school. And then she just started skipping school because, you know, teenagers want to hang out with their friends at not school. Um, so she missed quite a few days, and I think the school had taken my dad to court over it at one point, and then she just dropped out. She has her GED now, which is good, but like she dropped out of high school and was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not going back. You can't make me." And she started working. She got her GED, she got her driver's license, she started working. While also still hanging out with friends and other such things. And I'm not that kind of a social creature. I'm very much under the I'm very much one of those people where it's like I will let you know when there's something wrong, but if everything's okay, y'all ain't gonna hear from me for like months. Okay? I'm not the kind of social creature that shares literally every single tiny detail of my life with like the public for no reason. Because I do have a sense of privacy. Thank you very much. And that's mostly because as the youngest child, I didn't get as much. I've never had privacy, so I don't. What privacy I do have, I cherish. Privacy I do get, I cherish quite a bit, and it's very nice to be able to have private thoughts I don't have to share with other people. But I sometimes get forced to share those thoughts when I'm literally just sitting there thinking to myself. And I either have to make something up to get my mom to stop asking me about what the fuck I could be thinking about that's causing me to space out and not pay attention to anything. Or, like, my mom was just all up in my business all the time. That's not a complaint towards her, it's just, I don't want to share my thoughts with her sometimes because they're not thoughts that are appropriate to be shared with your mother. Like, I get it. She was where I am at this point, at some point, but she doesn't need to know about the horny that goes on in my brain sometimes. Especially since it does not involve her and therefore should not be brought up to her. Like, I will admit, I am not interested in, like, sexual relations with other people. But that does not mean that I don't get hit by the horny sometimes. That's just a thing that happens because hormones are a thing. And unfortunately, I am human and I have those. Or I'm humanoid. I am organic and I have those. So it's like, yeah. Let me have my private thoughts and my private, yeah, let me have my private thoughts, please. In the privacy of my own headspace. Please and thank you. I know I'm not allowed to physically get any privacy in like the comfort of my own bedroom, but at least let me have my own private thoughts. I would like to have my own private thoughts, please. Thoughts that I don't have to share with other people because it's not appropriate to. My mom at one point was like, well, I want to know what you're thinking, so you need to start writing your thoughts down, or you need to start saying your thoughts out loud. And it's like, no, no, I don't. I don't need to start doing that. Just as I was in high school, it's like, no, no, you don't need to know what I'm thinking all the time, always. No need to helicopter mom. Just you are here, and I'm okay with that. But then I start saying my own thoughts to myself. Like, I'll have a thought and I'll say it to myself. And she'll be like, "Oh, why'd you say it out loud if it wasn't meant to be heard by anybody else?" I'm like, mayhaps because I got told to say almost all of my thoughts out loud because you wanted to know what was going on in my brain, even though you don't need to know what's going on in my brain. I think that's silicone. Which if it is, that means I can't harvest it like I want to. Because again, I need iron, and I don't have iron, I have stone. But yeah, no, it was frustrating. I've had a frustrating childhood, or teenhood, I should say. Because it's not necessarily the childhood that was the frustrating part. It was I am a teenager and I want some semblance of privacy, but I'm not getting it because it's not allowed apparently. Yeah, it was one of those things. But now it's almost time for me to get up and go get something to eat. Okay. I am a very sleepy person. And I have no friends IRL that I can hang out with on a normal basis. I would love to have friends that I can hang out with on a normal basis. I don't have that. Because I fucked up with my social aspect with life. Like, I had friends in high school that I would have considered best friends had I stayed in touch with them, but I didn't stay in touch with them. So we're not really friends anymore because I don't know their current interests. I don't know anything that's going on in their lives. So I can't say that we're best friends or even friends at all because high school was so long ago. 4 years ago, in fact. 4 or 5 years ago. So, yeah, I'm not a good person to try and be friends with because I'm not good with communication and therefore probably going to end up like not being a good friend to hang out with just because I don't communicate very well. I have trouble communicating quite a bit. And most people want to be friends with people that can have text conversations for hours on end. Um, most people want to be friends with people who can be on Snapchat or Instagram for hours on end, have conversations with you via sending pictures or video chats. And that's not, unfortunately, that's not something I'm interested in, is having hour-long conversations using my camera or hour-long conversations using only text. Because it's going to take me about an hour to come up with a response to something said to me, and I don't really know what I want to respond to with anything. Like I'm not a good social creature, so I can understand people not wanting to watch or follow me or anything like that, but I'm trying my best. And that's all I'm gonna ask of myself, is that I just try my best. Of course, according to my brother when I was in high school, there is no try, there's just do. So, my best, me trying my best is not enough and is not gonna ever be good enough, and I need to just be a better person, and I need to change who I am to be better so that other people can like me. I need to change myself so that I can be more sociable, so that people can like me. I need to do, there's a lot of work that I need to get into doing for myself that'll make me fit the mold a lot better. And it's gonna take a bit. To get me to fit the mold the way that I need to be able to fit the mold. Social mold is a very complex thing to fit into, and I am a rock. Trying to fit a rock into a triangle shaped hole is not gonna work. So, gotta, I gotta work on making it to where my rock shaped self can fit into the very complexly shaped hole that is modern social society. And if that means that I have to start yelling and screaming for people to be able to hear me on my mic, then so be it. If that means that I have to start being an annoying asshole like everybody and their mother that lives in the area, then so be it. I will try my best to change who I am to be able to fit into modern society better. As it stands, I'm still living in the early 2000s where my entire lifestyle is outdated. Because the early 2000s was a mix of 90s and I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Um, so, yeah. Gotta, I gotta, I gotta start trying to grow with the times, I guess. Which means giving up all of my video game time off stream to hang out on social media and try to figure out how to balance my social media life, like my constant state of being on social media with uh not being on social media and just hanging out with my family and doing chores and like and cooking. And yeah, I gotta figure out how to balance my life better and just be a better person, a better modern human. Because as it stands, my self is extremely outdated and I need to update. Like, I am Windows 7 trying to live in Windows 11 world, and it's just not working very well. I'm Windows Vista trying to live in a Windows 11 world, and or like an Apple software world, and it's not working. I'm very much extremely outdated, and I am trying my best to catch up. Hard to do though when I have no interest in trying to be someone that I'm not for other people to like me. But I know that at this point, that's what I'm gonna have to do is just change who I am as a person to make other people like me, or to make myself more likable to other people. And I am not looking forward to it because that just means that my voice is gonna start cracking more often on stream because that means that I've been raising my voice. And we're probably gonna end up getting complaints from the neighbors because I'm raising my voice and they can hear me through the wall. And it's like, well, I can hear you through the wall, so you have no right, you have no reason to complain, especially when you're arguing with your significant other about bringing your child over. And you can very clearly hear the two of you arguing because you are yelling at each other loud enough for us to be able to hear you clearly through not only the wall, but also the furniture that we put on the wall to muffle everything that's going on the other side of the wall. So yeah. But yeah, no, I have a lot of work to be doing. And I don't think I'm mentally ready to do so. But at least I can say that I've found a job that I want to do, even if it's not currently profiting me. Like even if I'm not currently profiting off of the job that I've wanted to do for like the rest of my life, or at least until I earn enough to be able to live comfortably for the rest of my life, which is all I want. Which is probably not going to happen. But with the way prices are raising so quickly, like the cost of living is rising at a rapid pace, and it's terrifying to me. because that just means that the people who can barely afford to live in apartments now, both with and without another person paying for rent, helping pay rent and bills, most likely won't be able to afford to even live in an apartment in the future. Like, they'll probably end up homeless. And it's like, dang. Okay. Fair. Also, that fucking sucks. Because I just described my family. Anyway, I'll stop talking about heavy topics like that because nobody wants to hear anybody talk about those things. Because nobody wants to acknowledge the issues with modern society. Anyway, yeah, we have like 4 or 5 minutes until I'm finished wanting to be perceived for the day. And then I'm gonna be forced to be perceived for like the rest of the day by my family, so yeah. I'm I'm tired. It's just life is exhausting. Living is exhausting. It makes me want to lay down and just fall asleep and never wake up because I don't. Being alive is the most exhausting thing anybody could ever do. And I've only been alive for 23 years. How am I going to survive to my mid 60s? I'm only 23 and I already just do not, no longer wish to be perceived by the world. But in order to live in the world, you must be perceived by it. I don't know, I just feel like I have I feel like I have no purpose in life. I used to want to be a comedian. I used to want to be a singer. I used to want to be an dancer. You know, things that I actually enjoyed quite a lot when I was younger. Like, I wanted to play video games for a living. I like playing video games. I find video games fun. But I don't know. It's getting harder to say that this is what I genuinely want to be doing for the rest of my life. But it is, unfortunately, because it's easier for me to than trying to convince someone who thinks that they're better than me that they're not always right. I don't have the mental strength to be like, hey, Karen, customer's not always right. Shut up. Stop harassing us little folk in the not management because we aren't the ones who set the prices of anything. I'll go ahead and complain to corporate who are the ones who set the prices for everything. So, yeah, have fun. It's just one thing I find funny is that most Karens, most people who want to speak to management about, or corporate, because they disagree with the price of something that corporate set the price of, they don't realize that corporate set the price, or that they know corporate set the price and they want corporate to fix it just for them. It's like, that's not how that works. You are being a spoiled brat. Shut up. Okay. I'm gonna do one more row of mining and then I'm gonna switch scenes and then I'm gonna bid goodbye and end stream and then go get something to eat so that I'm not starving myself anymore. Okay. Well, for whoever showed up, thank you for joining me for this fun little adventure of me hollowing out a mountain while I complain about my life and my lack of friends. So it's mostly me complaining about my lack of friends. And I will see everybody again tomorrow for DDO, if DDO is up. Last week and the week before, I had to play Genshin instead because DDO was down for maintenance, and then DDO is down for server downtime last week, so hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. Bye.